Youll.
You might have heard this famous saying, karma doesn't offer a menu, it simply serves what you deserve, and boy, does it serve up some surprises. Today, I've gathered for you guys some prime examples of karma hitting the mark, reminding us all that what goes around definitely comes around. So sit back with some popcorn and prepare to witness the universe's sense of humor in action. Without further ado, let's dig into the chaos of instant karma. Number 1. Turn to scrape. The green car you see was simply going on its way when an excavator blocked the path, probably because there was some work that needed to be done. But the green car's impatient riders were not having it. Instead of waiting for a few minutes, the guys run to punch the excavator operator. They probably underestimated the power of the excavator because the damage it caused was irreparable. The excavator guy decided to use his machine not for snow, but to wreck their pretty green car. You know how they say mess around and find out? That's exactly what happened in this scenario. The car became a winter casualty just like that. The despair and regret are visible in their reaction. But what's the use of crying over spilled milk, right? Turns out sometimes it's better to just stay in your warm car and not mess with people. Number 2. Broken foot. Porch pirates are a different breed, and I love watching them get what they deserve. Like this woman, you can see that the delivery guy drops off a package, doing his daily thing. All good, right? But guess what? Someone was keeping an eye on the packages coming in. A car pulls up and a woman gets out, eyeing a package like it's hers for the taking. She snags it, but karma isn't far behind. She slips and takes a fall. Ouch! She definitely broke an ankle. But it gets even funnier because another guy, who is probably her husband, rushes out to help, and instead of learning from karma, he goes back to pick up the packages, not realizing that the whole thing was being recorded and that even their car's plate number wasn't hidden. Imagine getting arrested for stealing someone's packages. How embarrassing is that? But this next one is even worse. Number 3, Prius in trouble. This guy was going about his day, driving to his home maybe, but soon things take a turn. As he's driving a guy driving a black Prius, he decides to pull out of the parking spot without following the proper rules. But as he almost hits the other car, the Karen inside of him wakes up and he flips a finger at the other driver despite being in the wrong himself. But here's what karma had in store for the Prius guy. After flipping the finger, he smashed his own car in another, dumb enough to ruin his own stuff. Number 4. Flip the bottle. A classic dad moment this was. While trying to make others get hit by the swinging bottle, this guy set up the stage for himself. He's got his eyes wide open, rotating the bottle for others to get hit. But well, as soon as he leaves the bottle mid-air, aiming for that perfect rotation to hit someone else, the bottle takes a detour and hits him in the face instead. Talk about a quick serve by karma. Number 5. Caution. Road rage, karma is always on another level. The woman crossing the road probably had a bad day, so much so that she was interrupting the traffic, and to top it off, she was even flipping fingers at drivers. But here's the thing, that proud walk can turn into a walk of shame if you end up walking straight into the side of a Youll moving truck. Good for her, it didn't run over her. Number 6. Burning tires. Sports car owners love showing off, and this guy did the same. Feeling all cool and wanting to show off his driving skills, he burns his car's tires in the middle of the traffic, not knowing that the car right behind him was a police car. I'm sure the siren made his heart skip a beat. Tough break, right? Now, good luck to him trying to Uber his way to work every day. Number 7. Candy thief. Here's another porch pirate getting served by karma. Stealing candy? For God's sake, man! While trying to swipe 2 big buckets of candy from someone's porch, the guy slipped and probably broke a bone or two. That didn't even take 5 seconds. Number 8. Crazy taxi. Here's another road rage idiot getting served by karma. The SUV driver tries to overtake another car. While doing so, he was also speeding and changing lanes for God knows what reason. Suddenly, he hit a car on the road, but the force got repulsive due to the speed, making the SUV fly off the road. It's a classic depiction of when you're digging a ditch for someone else and you end up falling in it yourself. Number 9. Stolen banana. Stealing a banana from an orangutan might not be the best idea, especially when you don't match their size. This little guy didn't think it through, but what the orangutan does next will definitely have you wheezing. Hopefully the little monkey is fine, as it got a bit of a scare from Mr. Orangutan. Number 10. Failed bike ride. Kids tend to forget everything when it's playtime. Something similar happened here as this kid forgot to close the garage after coming back from his soccer practice. The two girls were passing by, but upon seeing an open garage, they decided to get their hands on the bicycles there. You can see them going in. The first girl goes away with the bike, but the second one gets caught by Karma first. While the second girl is pedaling away, something happens, and the bike takes an unexpected break, throwing the girl face on to the ground. Quite a spectacle. I bet that must have hurt really bad, speaking from experience. But the sad part is, those two brats still got the bicycles, and I wonder if they got caught or not. I hope they did. Number 11, shake on the face. Parking enforcement officers can also be total pricks sometimes. I mean, who gives a disabled person a ticket? Well, these guys witnessed the happening and decided to serve karma to the officer. The guy drives to the officer and bam! Instead of talking, he simply spills his shake on him. It's a bit surprising and kind of funny because he's not using words, just his shake. So maybe he won't get arrested for it, but let's agree that was pretty satisfying. Number 12. Ouch my balls. Ball owners might feel this one perfectly. This bear was trying to mess with the water tank, and while doing so, it spotted a pipe and, in its bear brain, thought it had found a sugar cane. Now, pipes are rubber, and if you stretch them, they hit you pretty badly. This big guy didn't understand much and did the worst thing possible. The pipe came back swinging right into its nuts. The pain the bear endured is very much evident. I bet the bear was rethinking his life choices at that moment. Number 13, kick fail. Meet this fake Mr. Cristiano Ronaldo, the guy who thinks he's unstoppable. But watch what happens when he tries to kick a dog. That's karma hitting him right there. Number 14, ding-dong ditch goes wrong. We've all done it, and if you deny this, I am coming after you. This kid was also enjoying ding-dong ditching like everyone else, but things got a little out of control. After ringing the bell, he started running, and the next thing we know, he fell. But the funny part is he quickly gets back up and continues without a care in the world, and falls again. I wonder how many scratches he got after that. Number 15, pumpkin spice. Ding-dong ditching is fine, but what's with the brats who love smashing pumpkins on Halloween? Well, these kids thought they wouldn't get caught, but the homeowner wasn't playing around. As soon as the kids run away after smashing the pumpkins, he runs after them barefoot. And well, he definitely found them too. Now here's where the karma strikes. Instead of yelling at them, the guy simply made them clean the mess they created. He even made them mop the floor. The whole situation turns out to be pretty hilarious, but I'll have to say, this man had some perfect strategies for disciplining kids up his sleeve. Number 16, fake AirPods. This security cam caught footage of a scammer getting instant karma. So this dude was selling AirPods, but the problem was that those were actually counterfeits. The buyer realizes this right after the scammer hands him the fake AirPods and gets back into the car. Upon realization, he tries to stop the first guy. But the guy in the car isn't paying attention. He reverses the car, but the second guy wasn't playing either, and he opened the car door. Driving with the door open, he smacks into the curb, breaking it. Guess what? The not-so-smart guy ended up losing a bunch of money, like thousands of dollars, trying to sell a pair of fake AirPods that only cost a few bucks. Talk about a costly blunder. Number 17, fly high. This guy, seemingly fueled by an unusual mix of frustration and determination, swings a baseball bat with wild abandon at a parked car. But the bat swings back and hits him right into his face. Ouch! Must have been seriously painful. Number 18. Ice hockey goes wild. Just friends watching out for each other? Vince Dunn couldn't stand seeing his buddy Matty get hit by the other team's player. And before you know it, there's a whole brawl going on. Vince was throwing punches like there was no tomorrow just to defend his friend. We all need a friend like that in our lives. Number 19. Man being an a-hole. There are harassers and then there are men like this. Total a-hole who has no regard for anyone's privacy and personal space. This guy, while going live on the internet, took the mission to go around town, throwing sly lines to pick up girls all night. You can see him invading the personal space of random women and making them feel uncomfortable for no reason. It's like he's on a wild goose chase, trying his luck with different women. This creep continues to do so for quite a while, but then things take a turn for the worst. Just when you think it couldn't get weirder, he crosses a line by pretending that a random girl on the street is his girlfriend. He even goes as far as stopping women and asking them to be his girlfriend. Well, people were done with his bullshit, so somebody called the police. And well, he got caught in the act. If there was a competition for being a weirdo, this guy would definitely take the trophy. Number 20. A bottle of Coke. Here's why you should never underestimate a bottle of Coke, because there's nothing one of those good old soda bottles can't do. In this video, as you can see, there's a thief who is trying to steal something from the shop, and another man is trying to catch him. But no matter how hard the man tries, he can't get a hold of the thief. It's like a constant back and forth between both parties. Then, out of nowhere, a guy from a distance throws a Coke bottle at the thief, and boom! He's on the ground in no time. A scene straight out of a cartoon show. Who knew you could use those things as a weapon too? Hilarious indeed. Number 21. Not funny at all. Well, this video shows why you should never mess with your wife. So this guy thought he'd be funny and hid behind the door to scare his wife. When she walked in, she got really scared, and her reaction was to whack the mirror with the hammer in her hand. Well, of course, the mirror broke, and I love her reflexes too. But I can't stop wondering, what if it was his head instead of the mirror? Number 22. EMT Karen. This EMT worker thought that she could park her car anywhere. It's the rule to not park in front of a fire hydrant, but she definitely didn't understand. The person recording gets upset and starts questioning her because it's against the rules. The lady then yells that she's a volunteer EMT and saves people's lives. But the person recording doesn't buy it. And even if she was one, did it give her the right to park there? Well, things get heated, and the lady spits on the person recording. Oh, and she also smacks him. But it doesn't end here, and she also gets what she deserves, a punch across the face. You can hear another person say how the guy literally knocked her out. Wish I could see the moment. Number 23. Don't mess with llamas. Llamas love spitting, but what happens when a human acts like them? Out of the blue, this guy decided to spit on the llama, and I'm thinking, why on earth would you do that? Those animals are literally the masters of that, and it's straight up rude even when done to an animal. Well, the llama made sure he knew he wasn't the only one who could spit. It spits back at the guy. And it's a funny moment for sure, but let's remember not to be rude to animals. They're just too cute, especially llamas, man. Look at them. Number 24. Shoot. This one is giving me ideas. This homeowner was truly sick of all those porch pirates and had to give them a taste of karma. They set up a shotgun that attacks anyone who tries to steal the packages. Throughout the video, you can see several people trying to get their hands on the packages placed in front of the door. But as soon as they pick up the packages, a shotgun shoots them. Just look at them falling and running for their life. I'm thinking how annoyed the homeowner must have been to invent something that shoots anyone who tries to steal his stuff from the front door. But I have to say, the idea was truly genius. Number 25. Anger management. I have come to believe that annoying people always get what they deserve. Here you can see people going about their day in their own little world. It's a busy road. A cyclist is cruising along when a car comes up from behind, being all cautious. But here is the twist. The cyclist takes a wrong turn and gets mad at the driver for being on the road, the very place it's supposed to be. Now, karma steps in. As the cyclist looks back, he loses his focus and takes a spill, landing in the bushes behind him and also hitting his head with what looks like a pole. Well, you reap what you sow. Number 26. Mama's boy. And that's how you defend your family, boys and girls. This boy was returning home from football practice when he noticed two guys standing at the door of his home. The men were harassing his mother as well as her toddler granddaughter. As soon as the boy notices this, he starts yelling at the men and even knocks one of them down. He truly wasn't having it. Due to the loud noises, the woman's second son, who was asleep upstairs, also comes running. He grabs the guy by his collar and drags him out of the driveway, and in the process, the harasser's pants fall down. This is why you should never mess with moms. Oh, and the other guy got a slap on his face too. Number 27. Cousins night out. This group of cousins were hanging out and enjoying some quality time together during their spring break. But little did they know, they'd run into a robber. The robber, probably looking for trouble, tried to snatch something from the cousins. Bad move. Never mess with a pack of cousins. They all gang up and fight back. He should have thought about that. Even though the robber had a gun, the boys made sure he couldn't use it and beat him up pretty badly. Then, out of nowhere, another guy shows up, maybe the robber's buddy, but he also gets beaten up. The robbers then get in their car and run away. But to think of it, that wasn't really a brave move. Things could have ended up differently. But I'm sure these guys will tell this story to generations to come. Number 28. Robber gets his due. This video will make you laugh as well as make you go ouch, that must hurt. You can see some guys unloading gas cylinders from the truck, unaware aware of the danger lurking around them, just doing their thing. But suddenly a guy walks into the scene. He has a gun and an ill intent too. But understanding the whole situation, the guy on top of the truck gets a brilliant idea. He grabs a gas cylinder and tosses it right at the robber's head. It must have hurt real bad because the man was down on the ground after that. The true definition of never let them know your next move. Number 29, don't push people into water. In this video, this guy was kind of asking for some karma payback. You can see a guy standing by a lake peeing. Then, out of nowhere, another guy sneaks up and decides to push him into the water. But hold on, karma steps in. Instead of kicking the guy properly, this man falls into the muddy water himself. Lesson learned, never try pushing others into water or else you could slip in too. Number 30, not all kids are cute. Agree or not, but some kids are straight up evil. I mean, look at this one trying to put the cat into water. But luckily the cat was heavier and escaped while the kid enjoyed a dip in the water. Karma doesn't look at your age. Number 31, axe girl. You'll take women too easily. This guy also thought the female saleswoman was an easy shot, so he decided to pull off a robbery. Little did he know this lady didn't get the memo on watching romantic comedies. She's no damsel in distress. She can fight for herself. The moment she sensed trouble, she took out an axe and took a swing at the would-be robber. Well, you all should better think twice before trying to snatch stuff from people's shops. That lady's not playing around. Girl wasn't even scared of the gun. Well, there you go, friends. If you got a good laugh or maybe a little life lesson out of these videos, give it a thumbs up, subscribe for more randomness, and feel free to share your thoughts in the comments. Thanks for hanging out with us, and catch you in the next one.